Hey guys, Morgan here with the Process 101. I haven't done a video in a while here, so I'm going to try and do some more videos. And, like I said, I always wanted this channel to be about, there is a lot to do with conspiracy theories, but also I'm doing stuff on nutrition. Hey, get down. Cat's in the window. Yeah, get down, yeah. Nutrition, music, culture. I wanted this to be a little bit about everything, and you guys have kind of gotten a feel of what I'm doing. I did do the podcast, our first podcast, with DJ from Manboy Podcast and a friend of mine named Angie. DJ is editing that, and hopefully we'll have that up as soon as possible. And that's our first podcast. We talked about 4 different topics, and it was about 2 hours worth of audio. He's probably going to edit that out a bit, and so I don't know how long that'll end up being, but that will be up soon. But today I wanted to get to a thing that it's really been bugging me because I watch this go on a lot, and that is this nutrition system called Thrive. Now, I'm sure everyone has seen this on the internet. Thrive on, brother. All this stuff, and it's a nutrition system, but it's a pyramid scheme. I mean, if you're up bright enough to see that, then you probably shouldn't be taking Thrive anyway. Sorry, but you just shouldn't. Thrive is no different than Mary Kay or Pure Romance or any of these other pyramids type scheme things. Thrive is I actually did Thrive. I did a 3-day pack. It's like a 3-day sample pack just to see what was in Thrive and how my body reacted to it. Now, this is some months ago because my brother bought into the Thrive thing, and I think he did it for like 2 months or something. Now, Thrive is $160 a month to have the full package of Thrive. So I don't have my phone on me, but you do the math. 160 times 12 months. That's a lot of money. That's almost $200 a month. That's like almost 2 utilities right there for us. But the main thing I looked at with Thrive is I looked at the ingredients on there, and then I looked at how I felt from it. And honestly, I mean, I have taken before I was a psych major, I was going to be a nurse. I was going into nursing, and so I've had tons and tons of biology, nutrition, anatomy, and physiology. I've taken all the anatomy and physiology classes. I understand this stuff very well, and I understand natural things and things that people have been using for thousands of years. And I've talked about this before. And the first one I want to talk about is Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I use this every single day. I'm not going to go into. I've talked about this before. This is essentially Drano for your body. This will clean out all the garbage. This will keep your gallbladder free from stones. This will keep your liver cleaned out. It will clean out everything. Break up any kind of calcification inside the system. This will also regulate blood sugar. I mean, there's a whole book. There's a book written on apple cider vinegar. In fact, the Romans used to have pouches of this that they would take into battle. It's been around that long, and Bragg's organic, and it has to be raw, unfiltered. There are other brands that make this, but Bragg's is the best. This is $5 for 2 months supply. I mix that with a little bit of honey, and it needs to be pure, and it needs to be raw. This is Oregon Naked Wild Honey. I get this at Costco. This is 2.5 pounds. This is a 2-month supply for me, and this cost me $9.94. Yeah, really cheap at Costco. I don't have them up here, but I am incorporating. I get a bag of lemons. I think they cost me about $2.50 for. I think there's like 6 of them in there, and I've been using I'll squeeze a whole lemon. They're not very big lemons, I'll cut in half, get the seeds out, squeeze that in there. 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar, or 1, depending on how you react to it. I cut back from time to time. Depends on how I eat. I eat like shit sometimes too. So depending on how I feel, I can regulate that. But 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, and then the whole lemon, and then I put a tablespoon of honey, and I mix it up with warm water, and I drink that every single day. and that kind of cleans your system out. Um, the other thing, like I said, I just picked this up at Costco. This was $9.94. This is the Vitafusion multi gummies. There's 250. These were $9.94 for 250. There is every single thing you will need inside of this right here. You take 2 a day. Right here, $9.94. I also would suggest people, and here's the other thing too. I also take I take a fish oil. This is by Body Vega. Get a real good look at this one. You can get this on Amazon. This is one of the best fish oils. This is 120 count. It does have lemon essence in it, so you don't get that fish taste. I take 2 a day because my LDL is low. Now, people don't understand what I'm talking about. Your LDL is your good cholesterol, and your HDL is your bad cholesterol. Now, I have good cholesterol, but low LDL, good cholesterol. So my doctor's got me on a fish oil, and I would say, and I'll get to why. What I'm going to do, I'll get to why that's important. Also, if you're trying to regulate your blood sugar, which my blood sugar is fine, but to make sure, but I'm fat. So I am trying to regulate my blood sugar as best I can so I don't slip into type 2 diabetes. You can also get full spectrum true cinnamon. Sorry, I'm stuttering. And it has to be Ceylan. Has to be. And that is spelled Ceylon. It has to be true cinnamon. This is by Swanson. This is 90 caplets. I take 2 a day, one with breakfast, one with dinner. And this is like $6 or $7 or something like that on Amazon. And what I'm getting with all of this is why Thrive is a scam is because, one, your body can only process so much nutrients a day. Otherwise, it's just going to expel it as waste through your urine. It's just going to come out. You're going to have very dark urine. And there's nothing in Thrive that's not in any of this other stuff that I can't get for very cheap. I use my tonic every day as a cleanser. I take my omega-3s. I take my cinnamon with my meals. I take a multivitamin. And then I forgot to bring in here, I do take calcium chews as well. But that's because I take omeprazole, which is Prilosec. I take that for heartburn. And that depletes the calcium in your body, so I'm using that as a supplement. Normally people would not need to take calcium unless directed by a doctor. So I didn't bring that out here. And that goes the same with the omega-3s. Now, here's why it's such a scam, too, is because if you go in you should be going in at least once a year and getting blood work done. Now, when they do a full fasting, 12-hour fasting blood work, they'll tell you, what is your cholesterol is your HDL high? Is it low? Is your LDL low? What is your fasting blood sugar? How is your kidney function? How is your liver function? Is your vitamin D low? Is this low? All of these things. We have got such good technology now. They know where you need to be. Now, I see a lot of bodybuilders using Thrive, and I see a lot of people that work out using Thrive, and I see a lot of normal people using Thrive. And they're like, oh, it works for me. I feel great. I've gotten this disease and this disease, and now it's cured it. And it probably has not. It's probably some sort of placebo effect. Don't buy into these hypes. Don't buy into these scams. The wraps, where people were doing the wraps, that's not weight loss. You're just tightening the skin. I mean, that has nothing to do with weight loss or any of that kind of stuff. I'm overweight. I'm working on this. It's a hard process. I'm 39 years old. The older you get, the harder it is to lose weight and to stay healthy and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to get at is your doctor will know in your blood work where you're missing nutrients. If, especially people here in Oregon, for some reason I don't have low vitamin D, but my wife was like at critical level, like her vitamin D was so low. And now her doctor's got her on a high dose of a good vitamin D because they can see that in the blood work. Now, why these people are pushing Thrive is because it's just like Mary Kay. you can earn things like cars and trips and large amounts of money. And then once you get so many people buying from you, the Thrive products that you use are also free. So it's just like any other pyramid scheme. Don't buy into this. Like I said, these multivitamins right here, these gummy multivitamins, there's 250 at Costco, 9.94. You can also check Amazon. They're also pretty reasonable as well. And there's just, you take 2 a day. Like, honestly, I mean, there's just nothing here. And like I said, unless you're, if your doctor will say if your LDL is low, you need to take omega 3s and keep that up. I have to. Your LDLs might be fine. You may not need to add this in. You may not need to worry about diabetes or regulating blood sugar. You may not need cinnamon. So you may only need to take a multivitamin. And I would suggest taking the tonic that I have here, which is 1 tablespoon of raw honey, and start with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and you can add in a lemon if you can stand it. Some people don't like the taste of lemon, and you just do it in a full, I would say almost 16 ounces of water. I use warm because it melts the honey down. I also, which I'm missing here too, I usually put in a tablespoon of coconut oil, and that has to be extra virgin coconut oil, and it needs to be organic. And I've talked about this in my other videos. The apple cider vinegar is the Drano. The honey has got a lot of nutrients in it as well, and it helps to take the stuff down. But it's also very good for you. Honey has things in it that no other plant life, animal life, but nothing on this planet has but honey. It's very unique in itself. The coconut oil has a lot of different things in it. It's almost like a lubricant for the body. It's good for joints and cartilage and colon, and there's a whole list of things that I could go through. And there's a lot of people that will tell you, well, it's a saturated fat, so it's bad for you. I have normal cholesterol levels, which my doctor is always shocked by, and I take a tablespoon of that a day, and my doctor's always going, oh, you're going to be type 2 diabetic. I just had my blood last week, and because I had to go in for my biometric, and my fasting blood sugar was 91. And believe me, I at 39 and my weight, I should be closer to being a type 2 diabetic, but I'm not, and he's always shocked. My cholesterol is in normal range. My LDL is up a little bit because I have been taking fish oils pretty regularly, but it still needs to come up some. My kidney function's fine. All these things are fine, and as long as you're taking these things, so you may only need to do if you want to do the cleanse, do the cleanse. But other than that, you may just need to take a multivitamin and eat properly, and that's really all you need. Don't buy into the scam. $160 a month is a lot of money, especially in this day and age. So just be mindful that Thrive or any of these very expensive nutrition programs are all a scam. No matter what Thrive claims, we process it in a certain way that your body absorbs it. Because what you do is you take these capsules, and then you wait a little bit, and then you take this packet of this flavored powdered stuff, and you mix it with water, and you drink it, and then you wait 20 minutes, and you put this patch on all day, and it leaves this huge green weird mark on you, and you're supposed to absorb some sort of horse shit all day, and it's really just, it's a bunch of crap. It really is. If you're overweight and you're working with your doctor, he should be able to tell you, how many calories per day at this age and this weight you should be intaking, how much exercise you should be getting, and all that sort of stuff. So I just wanted to point out how much of a scam, and really do your research. If you want to try Thrive and you think it's going to work, get the 3-day packet and really go over the list of things, and then go over the list of like what a multivitamin has and a few other things. Like you could add like fish oil and a multivitamin and pretty much have everything there that's in Thrive. There's really nothing else there that's really going to benefit you in any way. So don't take my word for it. Go out and do your own research. Maybe try a 3-day sampler pack, see how you feel. But also remember that your brain will also do a placebo effect on you as well. So that's it, guys. I will try and have more videos for the process, but we'll see. So until then, we'll see you later.